quite possibly the worst noise I could have made when burning my hand. I could cut it out and pretend like I don't make that noise when I viciously burn my hand, but you know what? You guys deserve realism. The realism of my craft. Alright guys, if you're like me, then you too enjoy watching cartoons to deal with the crushing weight of life's responsibilities and issues. And you like dressing up. Keeping that in mind, I'm gonna make a cosplay of Catra from She-Ra and the Princesses of Power. I decided after my last project that I needed a break from like intense sewing projects, and I'd finally make this cosplay that I have been putting off for literal years. If I'm entirely honest, I think I just wasn't ready for my Pinterest algorithm to be just poisoned by searching for cat ear references. Then again, I was on Tumblr when Tumblr was Tumblr. So, I mean, what am I even worried about? Needless to say, I did brave the dark corners of the interwebs, and here we are. Last but not least, I will be making this all in one day because I am that bad at my time management skills. And somehow I guess thought to myself, oh, you've put this project off for like 5 years. What's 2 more weeks? I'll tell you what 2 more weeks is. It's an inconvenience. Anywho, I will see y'all bright and early tomorrow to get to work on this. The first thing I want to do is tackle the ears and the tail because I feel like they're going to be the hardest parts of this project. Then I can move on to schmoozing the outfit out of what I thrifted. I don't know how to and have never considered making a pattern for animal ears, so I'm going to do a quick Google, a quick Pinterest browse, and see what I can find.
There are so many furries in my way.
I'm just gonna jump in and start experimenting with, I don't know how big these are supposed to be, but it looks like there's like a curve there, and then it goes like that, maybe? I need the curve to be less intense, so flatter against the head, and I need it to turn out. So I have my pattern now, and I'm gonna cut a bunch more of these. And this one is my right side. I now have 2 right-facing and 2 left-facing earpieces cut out of cardstock paper. So the next step that I'm gonna do is I'm going to take some wire and I'm going to sandwich the wire between my earpieces to give them a little stiffness and moldability, and then all of this is gonna go inside of the fur, and we'll do that after this step. Now, I have some posable inserts for my ears, and they'll keep their shape. Oh yeah, this is rockin'. Perfect. This is so cool! Meep meep. I look like Baby Yoda. I look like Yoda. Hold on. Baby Yoda, and then Yoda. Do or do not. There is no try. I had an argument with someone the other day about how Yoda says that, and that's an absolute, and only Siths deal in absolutes. And so Yoda must be, like, in touch with his Sith side. And I had to argue for the fact that, of course, he has to be in touch with his Sith side, because how are you going to defeat an enemy you don't understand, first off? Second off, you should know everything and then choose the side of good. Ignorant choice isn't choice at all. And thus, Yoda's understanding of the Sith and his choice to follow ways of the Jedi, even though they are problematic, and that's something I won't get into, just shows how good he is. Anyway, this has been my Star Wars rant time. I'll get back to sewing. Alright, I thrifted some faux fur items that I ripped up and will be using as the base for this project. Alternatively, I also have other materials. By other materials, I do mean my own human hair, because how cool would it be if I could incorporate this into the ears to have it blend perfectly into my hair? I thought it's cool. So I'm going to move forward with creating the ears out of this faux fur and then go back in and try to splice some of this into it, and add some detail with that. So I'll do that now. I feel like I need a spinny chair so I can villain spin while just petting my lump of faux fur. Just, Mr. Bond, I've been waiting for you. Now I have 2 actual ears. I just need them to not look quite so flat, because no one's hair is all one color and cat ears certainly aren't. So I went ahead and I've got a palette of browns and such, and I'm just gonna add a little dimension to them, just a little color, little lightness on the insides, a little darkness towards the outsides. Just zhuzh it up, you know. And then once I've finished coloring them and they're kind of dry, I'm gonna go ahead and add on some tufts of my own hair towards the base so it sort of blends in, and then a little on the tips as well, just because like cat ears often have like some longer hairs towards the top, and this faux fur is all one length. So I think I want to just, you know, add that little extra bit of dimension to it. And then should be ready to start popping it on the headband, but painting and then extra hair first. Now that the ears have been painted, I'm going ahead and just creating some little wefts with the bits of hair, just little baby wefts, so that I can have them glued onto the ears. So once I have these glued into their little weft pieces, I can then pop them onto the ears and pop the ears onto a headband. And I went ahead and off camera just gave the headband a quick coat of brown paint with a little bit of texture on it to make it kind of look hairy so that it sort of blends in a little more. I officially have cat ears. This is one of the weirder things I've done with my life. I'm really happy with how they came out, honestly. Like, they're really cute, and when I style my hair for this, it's gonna be fluffier, so I'm glad I made them on the bigger side. Now we have to keep getting weird and make a tail. What am I doing with my life, you guys? Okay, so now I have a cattail. It's kind of limp, so I'm thinking I'll stuff it with just some polyfill, maybe put some wire in there, just see if I can make it posable. If not wire, then just polyfill, and I can start making the outfit. The goal of this project was as little sewing as possible, and I still gave myself some sewing to do, so I'm going to try to make it go quickly. Number 1, red tank top. I thrifted one, but it's too big, so I'm gonna go ahead and take it in on the sides. Number 2 is some maroon leggings. I don't actually need to adjust those very much, but I do need to make them a V waistline, so I'm just gonna gather a little bit up the front. Number 3, my little foot and arm gloves. Catra doesn't wear shoes, she just has like foot gloves. That's the best way I can say it, is like fingerless gloves for your feet. So I'm going to just recycle some sleeves from a black shirt, for that. And we can get started. Very happy with how this looks now. Just taking it in. Tank tops do tend to scrunch up like this, and I want it very flat. So I'm thinking I'm just going to take a bit of the front and a bit of the back, and I'm just going to sew them together. That way it's a bodysuit, and then I'll just cut around where the leg should be, and we'll have a red bodysuit done. Bodysuit achieved. Now onto the leggings. I've gone ahead and scrunched up the front of them, and I've just done that by running them under the machine and scrunching as I go. No gathering or anything, just because who has the time? And this is what that gathering looks like, and I think it does create that little V that Catra has quite nicely, and I'm pretty happy with that. On the leggings, Catra has like the black bottom half of it that also kind of goes into her weird half sock, half shoe things. So I'm gonna see what I can do with that, and I'm going to take I think I'm gonna have to wear shoes when I do this, so I'm just gonna have to make do, probably. I don't know. I might cut up a pair of socks I have. Regardless, this will not be the thing that covers my feet. I'm just gonna make this part of the leggings. This is a sleeve that I cut off of a stretchy black shirt I have, and so I'm just gonna take the bottom of the sleeve, top of the sleeve, and I'm just gonna step into it. Okay. I've got a little excess, so I'm gonna go ahead and trim that off. Then I'm gonna take my raw edges and tuck them in. All right, and I have my sock thingamajigs. Perfect. Okay, I'm gonna hand stitch these into place just because I don't want to take it off and accidentally mess up what I've already done. This is what genius at work looks like. If I had a nickel for every time I was poking myself right now, I'd be able to go downstairs and buy myself a crisp Dr. Pepper from a vending machine. I don't know if you've ever tried to sew something while it's attached to you and it's on the back of your knee, but it's something. I look like a figure skater right now. Catradora figure skating AU? Anyone? Who's gonna write it? I'll read it. By the way, if you are a fan of fantasy fiction and the like, and you happen to be a fan of fan-made fiction, I will be doing a project with that as the theme in November, I think, if I'm remembering the schedule correctly. We officially have our Catra stocking things, and there's only one more thing to do to the leggings to make them accurate. We've got the little V-waist, we've got the stocking things, and now we have to add some cool holes and slashes. Oh yeah. And without further ado, it's time for the reveal. I'm so in love with how this cosplay came out. It was a weird one. Not my usual content. I am usually just making dresses or ball gowns or something. But I design a lot of cosplays and I just don't usually get around to making them. And I'm so happy that I finally crossed this one off my list. I'm hoping to get more cosplay content done in future, and I really look forward to that, so keep an eye out. And I'll keep this short and sweet. I loved it. I don't regret a single thing. I definitely would love to have gotten some fake fangs to wear, and I ordered some contacts for different colored eyes like Catra has, but they didn't come in time for me to make this video, so I didn't have her heterochromic eyes, but I would love to in future. So in future, just the tiny things. I would want to get nicer sets of the fake nails. I would want possibly sclera lenses, which are the ones that cover your entire eyeball, and some little cute fake fangs, but nothing with the actual cosplay I think I would change. I am so in love with every part of it, and I hope you guys loved it too. If you'd like to look at my other work, I am on artbylgo.com, which is my website. I am also on TikTok and Instagram at artbylgo. You can follow my link tree to find any of this, of course, and if you'd like to support the channel, consider becoming a channel member or going to my Amazon wish list or joining my Patreon, all of which I deeply appreciate, and they definitely do help me with my projects, especially affording them. Once again, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you go to my channel, maybe check out some other things I've done, and have a good day. Bye! Where is my needle? Aha! Of course, Yoda has to be in touch with his sis. My big fear right now is I'm gonna take off these pants, and they're gonna be sewn to my legs, which, like, I'd know if they were. This isn't working.